right, joining us on the morning show here, we have, and it is the morning show, by the way. We're very lucky to have a recent Grammy winner, by the way. We've got Annie Clark St. Vincent here. Thank you so much for joining us. This is unbelievable for you to have us, or for have you on the program for the second time. Now, I spoke to you about 4 months ago on the phone, and when we spoke, it was a little different back then. Because since then, like, end-of-the-year lists have come out, and the St. Vincent record has basically topped every list going. You've won a Grammy. What has changed for you?
Well, my mother's friends no longer think I'm homeless because I have a Grammy to kind of show for it that, oh, look, no, I really am a musician, I promise you. Other than that, nothing's really changed. We have been on tour now for a year, and we're just kind of still bringing the show to people, pounding the pavement night after night.
Nothing's going to change as far as the show, as the way you present the show. I mean, I know topping a year-end list doesn't change inherently what you do, but does it change the way you kind of sort of see people's reactions?
All of that stuff is pretty ephemeral. It's hard to touch. It's wonderful to have the accolades and the honor, but when it comes down to it, it is all about people in a room in real time making music, connecting, and having an experience together. So that's kind of what I live for.
Right. So the awards hasn't really changed anything. I mean, congratulations, by the way, but I wouldn't expect it to change anything right at the moment. Let's talk about the future, though. Is that going to change the way you make the next record?
No. No, I mean, the great thing is that I've been able to grow over 4 solo records and 1 collaboration record with David Byrne, and I really just make music that I love and believe in and hope that it connects with people. That's really the only formula for success that I have ever seen or known to be true. So that's what I'll just keep doing.
Okay, you brought up David Byrne, and we talked about that on the phone when we spoke last time, and you had also said that there was something that you were contractually not allowed to talk about for the future, but I've read recently that David Byrne, you're going to be working with David Byrne again. Is that what you were alluding to?
I wasn't sure if I could speak about it at the time, but David got really obsessed with this kind of counterculture in America called Color Guard, which is a little bit like a tangent to the high school band. It's a dance troupe, sort of, but a lot more artistic than it's a fascinating subculture. Anyway, I'm writing a piece for a specific Color Guard team, and then we're going to be performing it at Barclays Center in Brooklyn and also in Toronto at whatever the big hockey stadium is there. So it should be, yeah, I sensed that because you said process. Yeah, so it's going to be great. It's a lot of other bands are involved, and I'm looking forward to getting to work with David again.
Excellent. Yeah, one of which Tune Yards, who was here last night, of course, who'll be playing with in Japan in fact. Okay, so let's just look back over the past year for a second, because obviously this has just been a huge year for you in terms of an award show, and maybe you don't need that to validate anything you've done or anything. I certainly would never suggest that. But at the same time, do you ever kind of look and go, wow, this is just incredible, but at the same time, hey, where were all these people 3 records ago? Because I was making the same kind of music back then, because you were making great records back then. Have you really kind of said, why now? Why is everybody kind of recognizing me now? Or not recognizing me, but giving me these kind of accolades? Does it kind of is it bittersweet? Is it you kind of saying, where were they then? Or are you just happy that everybody's listening now?
No, I'm definitely not going, where the hell were you? I'm sorry, you can't say hell, can you? I can't say that.
You can say that.
Sorry. No, I'm not. I'm just thrilled that people are involved now and that it's connecting with people. Again, the only thing you can ever do is make work that you like and believe in, and then go out and stand behind it for a year and a half on tour and make other people believe in it too.
Yeah. Right, of course. Let's talk about Taipei very quickly because you've been here for a couple of days, as you just let me know. First impressions of Taipei. What's the first thing you kind of notice?
I love it. I mean, I'll say all the kind of corny, stereotypical things that the tourists say, but we had amazing food. We saw the Chiang Kai-shek Memorial. We went to the night market last night. I mean, it's just amazing. I love it. I love it here. And I was told I would, and I did.
Yeah, absolutely. Is there something that you're going to take back with you? What is one thing that you would take back from you when people say, "Hey, do you remember Taiwan?" Because obviously you're on tour and there's you don't get a lot of time and place. But what is the one thing you'll take away?
Maybe the smelly tofu, because I think my hair still smells like it.
Yes, the old stinky tofu. All right, now let's just talk about the show and how that's going to evolve and how it has evolved. You've done a lot of festivals, of course, which may or may not, I don't know, may or may not be a great showcase for what you're doing. Compare a lot of the festival-type sets you've done to something here in Taipei where it's kind of the St. Vincent show.
Well, typically festivals are outdoors, and you've got bedraggled, drunk kids who are so super fried, and sometimes festivals aren't really about the music, they're more about the culture or the scene, which is fine too. This is a club gig that's more focused I think for the audience. They're not going to be totally burnt out after 3 days of waking and baking or whatever. But no, we've had wonderful luck at festivals, though, this too. I mean, I think the thing about the show is because it's theatrical and it's choreographed and it's dramatic, it's scalable to really any venue. You can do it in a club like this, or you could do it on a massive stage in front of, I mean, we played for 40,000 people somewhere recently, I forget.
Okay, we'll just kind of wrap it up here, and we'll just kind of look towards the future. You've talked about the David Byrne project, but let's just talk about St. Vincent for the future. A lot to process, I'm sure, over the past year, but have you been looking to another album? Have you been writing material, and when might we be able to see some of that? I know you recently, there was a new song that you just put out online and that sort of thing, but well, as far as a project going for St. Vincent, what are we looking at in the future?
I've been writing a lot. I'm always writing and collecting on the road. So in terms of when I'll have time to kind of really sit down and do the concerted effort, that's probably not for a little while, but I'll definitely start working on the next record within this year.
Excellent. And last thing, I always like to throw these kind of things out as a last question. Again, when I spoke to you last, you were listening to the Aphex Twin record, if I'm not mistaken. But what was your favorite record of the year? What was your number? A lot of people pick your record as their favorite. I did as well. But what was your favorite record of the year?
My favorite record of the year is a tie between the Aphex Twin record and the Run the Jewels record.
Oh, what a great record.
It's a great record. So it's a toss-up for me. Those two can... It's great. It's political in a time when most people are afraid to be political. Yeah.
All right. Thanks so much, Annie, for joining us. Appreciate it.